Hello, everyone. This is Nikki, and it's already Monday. You're watching me again. Awesome 10x Live. We're going to discuss the Philippine market updates. So let's start with the market. Okay, let's open our account and let's see what are the things that are happening. So there's 4.5 billion pesos traded today. All on the market is up. It's up 85 points. And we are seeing 125 advancers and 74 decliners. We can see a huge drop in Samirara, 8% down. We will discuss the numbers and, of course, a huge earnings move for AGI, 4.5%. LTG up 4%. It's notable to see that URC is now trading at 139.70 cents, and it's actually above 10% for those more than 10% up for those who followed us, saying that URC at 120 below was a great buy. So let's go check in the markets. You could see that actually you would have been making some money today. We have a lot of winners. We are seeing Nicolasia up 7%. 3 pesos after that really good 22 cents cash dividend. We are seeing Globe finally up 4% here at 2,200 pesos. We have been saying that Globe was a great buying opportunity at 2,001. And so people who got in are at least rewarded for the day. And we are seeing, of course, AGI following Emperador's move. Emperador is now up 8%. There are news that Emperador is going to go to the index as a restructuring move. And AGI, which owns Emperador, is, of course, benefiting from that increase on Emperador as well, as AGI owns a significant stake in Emperador. We are seeing some good moves. As I said, URC is up 3%, 139.7. Your gold-related picks continue to go up. Felix Mining is up 3%. Although ATX didn't rise, it's just unchanged here at 173. We are seeing, of course, ACH steady 266. So some people are likely taking profits, but we do think that any drops on ACH near 235 to 40 below would be bought. Let's take a look one by one on your quotes for the index. Stats first. Top gainers. Okay, top gainers, you've got, I don't know, AR, it's a mining firm. So 1,036 trades, most likely speculative. You've got this 3,500 trades here in Emperador. So that is a restructuring on the index. You've got Dito Telecom up 7%, likely a move on your telecoms going up. Take note that PLDT and Globe have given cash dividends. And, you know, the thing about Dito is it's still too speculative. They don't have cash, but maybe in the future, if they do have cash flows, that is a very far future for the connection, no? Nicolasia is up 7%, profitable. So they've been paying cash dividends. That's good. You could see here, DNL is up 5% at $5. So some people are trying to bargain hunt this name without need for no news specific. So it's just people trying to bargain hunt a name. Let's take a look at the most active space. In your most active space, we've got more greens. At least that's good. But the banks continue to languish. So BDO continues to go down. BPI continues to go down. Metro Bank continues to go down. So banks in general are still bad. And we are seeing liquor doing well. Emperador does well, triggering potential people to think that AGI has bottomed out. So we are seeing AGI break out. Let's take a look on those charts later. Liquor. We are seeing URC strong. URC is a little bit correlated to your consumer staples play. Worldwide, we have been seeing resiliency on your consumer staples, so that's a good thing. SM is slightly up, so there are some people trying to bargain hunt on SM at 840 and 850 levels. Pure Gold continues strong, $50. Nicolasia strong. Jollibee, despite headwinds, continues to be bought out. It's doing 2% up today. Jollibee is 137.50. Your Ayala Corp is trying to get some supports at 700. ICT continues strength at 106 now after rallying 6% last week. So AGI is a good move today. I'd say we'll discuss some AGI. I am not aware why there is 100 million, but NRCP is very low trades, 177. So this is just a cross. SM Prime, wala masyado. SM Prime 2970. Abra, AR, no? AR is Abra ba? And probably some speculation. What's this? Abra mining. Oh, so it's just it's just people playing along. It's a speculative play. So it's just a one night stand. People like to trade those kind of names. Bad stocks and one night stands type of names. What else? MPI 1% up. JG Summit nothing. JG Summit is at 62, 1%. Apo, wala, ang daming one night stand. If it's just very low trades, these are just people trading in and out amongst themselves. Okay, let's take a look at top traded. Top traded, you've got URC and Nicolasia. Okay, that's fine. Emperador, okay. Let's take a look at these charts. Let's go to the charts now. Wait lang, guys. Sorry, I'm just answering. Okay, let's go to the charts. Okay, let's go to each one of them. So, congratulations, Nicolasia fans. We have seen a 3. That's a breakout. And this is, of course, very powerful owing to the fact that the company is doing cash dividends. And likely the 20 cents move today is a reflection of that gap up move, no, from 282 to 303. So it might go down to 280, a 22 cents drop as well once it finishes that X date. So in the short term, those who have Nicolasia might see a potential reward, some resistance to stop at 320 to 340. So just be a bit careful on the moves, no. So the people buying here are probably buying for the cash dividends, but you have to understand that the cash dividend is until August 18. So that's just 1 week from now. So be a bit careful. You cannot chase if you aren't aware what you are buying. What else? So here for Nicolasia, it's more of a hold for me. Any drops at 280 before August 18 is likely to be bought. But after that, it's probably gonna tank. I'm not so sure. But again, even if it tanks, the beautiful thing is I think at 240, that is a strong support. So limited downside as well, in my view, even if it tries to drop. So people will just be taking profits because they might not want to hold before the dividend date. They might want to sell near 320 to 340. Some people might sell today at 303. I don't know. It really depends how high the dividend appetite for Nicolacia's 22 cents will be, plus the long-term movement of electric vehicles, and beneficiary of which is Nicolasia for those lithium-ion storage, battery storages. Now, we did note that Felix mining is up, but take note that we are hitting some resistances here at 378. So although this trend continues to go higher, please note that at 320 to 360, trail your profits. So you don't need to say that it will fall. You just need to trail. So maybe it goes 380 for bucks, but you have to trail your winners so that you can hold on to your winners. Now, we did say that Emperador right now is up 9%. That is your Emperador restructuring format. And you could see that some people are willing to bet on a liquid name like AGI. Tada, this is a buy on breakout today. It is a breakout. You could see that 550 has been supported, and there is a breakout here at 566. So assuming you were just buying today at 5.8 at the close, I still think that your downside is limited at 5.5, assuming it does make a new low. But where is your upside? Your potential upside is probably as high as 7 or even just 650. So even from a risk reward standpoint, I'd say that AGI gives you a great risk reward. Today's buying opportunity is AGI, Alliance Global. We also noted that Macro Asia last week was supported at 5.6, 5.5, and sorry, we were saying 535. No, I remember saying that. And so, so far, it is going up. Let's see whether it goes 6 to 650. It's more of a hold. Did Cebu Pacific go up? So far, it's just there. 35 went to 38, 39, 40. You're still getting a lot of bids here at 37.5. I'd say that the industry of tourism is still bad. However, it looks like there are people who are trading the ranges here. They're buying at 35. They're selling at 40, 42. So it's probably a 10 to 20% range. I do think that's also the same for your Macro Asia, like 5 to 6 to 650 on the upside. It can go 45, 47 for Cebu, but I think that's what's happening because the industry is still really weak. For URC, although this is very strong today at 140, take note that its previous high was 148. So starting here at 139, even as it can go 148 to 149 or even 150, you want to be trailing your winners. It could go higher. And why is this though? Why is this so? We are seeing companies like Nissin Foods go up. So let me share to you a few things. So Nissin Foods is listed abroad, especially in Japan. It's not seen here, but I'll show to you Nissin in Japan. Let me show to you Nissin. Nissin Foods. So Nissin Foods is double listed. You have it in Hong Kong and then you have it also in Japan. Nissin in Hong Kong is only for the Hong Kong China distribution. Meanwhile, the bigger play for Nissin is the Japanese play, which is a global play. Take note that the full featured chart for Nissin Foods, you'd see that this is trading at all-time highs. Basically, your consumer staples, instant food, basically your chips, your noodles, your canned goods, all of these are actually trading at all-time highs for quite a few years now. I'm going to show to you there. Can you see that? Nissin Foods. So this is 2018 at about $3. It's now at $8. Your Nissin Foods in Hong Kong. But also in Japan, I'm going to share to you. This is Nissin Foods in Japan, also at all-time highs. Kaboom. So basically, great numbers, great earnings. We did see the same pattern in URC in the Philippines. And maybe your question is, okay, so this one is Nissin Foods, 3,000 to 10,000. You might be asking, Nikki, are you telling me that URC can go all-time highs? I'm not saying that it can go all-time highs, but URC as a global sector and a global consumer giant, it's a food and beverage conglomerate. These are one of the few winners in the Philippines that I believe in. So I'm pretty sure that nobody can ever tell you the top. But I will try to give you my judgment. My best judgment in your URC, Universal Robina, is the following. This is one of the few winners in the Philippines. It is listed in the Philippines, but most of the business is not just domestic. So the beautiful thing about URC is that this is already almost like a global giant, no? So you've got your business in ASEAN. You've got your business in Oceania. When you say ASEAN, we're talking about Southeast Asia. We're talking about Philippines, but also we're talking about Hong Kong, Singapore, some China, some Indonesia, some Vietnam. So it's an ASEAN play. And also URC is also dominant in New Zealand and Australia. So this is something that you should be proud of as a Filipino, guys, that we have a branded consumer manufacturing group such as URC. And hopefully, if it breaks this 147 recent resistance, URC can actually go as high as 160 pesos. So at the moment, I would say that those who held at 121, 122, continue to hold your winners. Or if you don't want to hold your winners, it's also okay. Just keep in mind that any drops, I think, would be limited at 130. I think lang, I'm not so sure. But the good earnings of URC is a testament as well that this company can continue to be strong even during COVID pandemic. Let's take a look at URC's earnings. URC earnings. Universal Robina. So, teka lang. Let's go to the IR presentation and let's take a look at URC's earnings surging, no? So let's read this together, guys. So URC is a good company. Its earnings surged 76%, came in at 3.8 billion pesos, 76% versus last year, on the back of very strong operating performance and forex exchange. Operating income of 4.3 billion pesos was up for 16%. Net sales reached 34 billion, up as strong growth in snack foods, noodles, powdered drinks, animal foods, flour, and sugar offset the out-of-home consumption declines in candies and ready-to-drink beverages. So net sales reached 34 billion, up 1%. So why did the company continue to grow 76% when sales was just growing 1%? Thank you to the operating management. So the management is very strong, no? They were able to grow their income. Net income grew 13%, basically due to lower forex losses. So they were able to save a lot in the forex exchange. Net sales continue to hold up at 67 billion. BCFG, Branded Consumer Foods Philippines, better than expected delivery in agro and commodities, the Unisnack Oceania, and Nissin URC joint venture. I told you Nissin, no? The noodles were doing well. URC's financial position remains strong. Let's read it one by one. BCF, okay, this is the Branded Consumer Foods. This is one of the best in URC, not just Philippines, this is worldwide. We're talking about ASEAN as well. The sales of domestic and international reached 50 billion. Domestic revenues grew 2%. Chocolate, coffee, bakery, all of these were growing despite the decline in your sweet foods such as your confectionery, your ready-to-drink beverages, and food services. So due to a favorable price-cost mix and OPEX control and cost savings, the company continues to grow. The international profits even grew by 20%, tapering overall decline in the first half due to buoyant sales on Oceania and cost and control measures across all countries. For those who aren't aware, Oceania means New Zealand and Australia. They have been managing the crisis very well. Let's read the CEO, URC, Erwin Lee said, the current uncertainty driven by COVID-19 is evolving, but we're very motivated by the fact that the business results in the first half returned better than the severe lockdown forecast. So we have business continuity plans quickly set in motion. Managing through this crisis requires continued vigilance, agility, and flexibility. So have we been bullish on URC? Yes. Let me share to you a few things. I'll show to you some slides that you can actually learn from our deep dives. I called URC the legendary company owing to the fact that, of course, I pledge my allegiance to Mr. John Gokongwei, one of the best taipans in the Philippine country. He passed away, but it doesn't mean that his company is something that has lost the allure. They, of course, had great management. In April 27, 2020, I did discuss why did URC go from 1.39 to 234 with the legendary URC. A few things to note. Vision. This company had the vision to be the best Philippine food and beverage company with a powerful presence throughout ASEAN and Oceania region. This is Mr. John Gokongwei, the late John Gokongwei. Of course, his son, Mr. Lance Gokongwei and James Go. And then the former Procter & Gamble boss, which is Mr. Erwin Lee, he's now the CEO. I'm gonna share to you a few things. I'm not gonna reveal everything, but let me show to you just how dominant this is. That is something that you can read about or learn from when you join our subscription classes. I do deep dives, and I don't mean small dives. I really consider deep dives. So the reason why we have been promoting URC is, of course, the following. Branded consumer foods. You are aware of Piatos, Chipino. So those are the famous consumer brands. You've got Max XO, Dynamite, Nips, Cloud9. You've got the Griffins, Juberry, Fun-O, Magic Flakes, Cake, Quake, no? Cream All, Swiss Miss, Cloud9, C2, Nissin Payless, Great Taste, Blend 45. This is the noodle, snack foods, ready to drink, powdered beverages. So every time you're eating your cup noodles, you're actually paying homage to URC. There's a lot of reasons why you like it. Okay, the presence is overall, not just in the Philippines. We're talking about ASEAN and Oceania. So their manufacturing presence is all over the map as well. You've got Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, Myanmar, Laos, China, Hong Kong, Philippines. So I'm happy to tell all the Filipinos out there that I'm very, very proud that we have URC listed in the Philippines. This is one of the few companies that you should be proud of as a Filipino. Philippines, number one, snacks, candles, candies, chocolates, RTDT, noodle, sugar, number 3 in coffee, biscuits, pasta. In Vietnam, URC is number 3 in ready-to-drink tea. In Thailand, it's number 1 in biscuits and wafers. Number 1 and number 2 in New Zealand and Australia. Number 2 in salty snacks. There's a lot of things that I can discuss, but that is something that only the paid members know. So let me just end this program to you, inviting all of you to, of course, take the time to try to subscribe to our channel, www.awesome10x.com. You have a lot of things to learn. Let me read. Wait the comment. May isang question tayo. What is the minimum number of trades to not be considered a one-night stand like AR? Well, to me kasi, the reason why I consider these one-night stands, I've seen a lot of one-night stands happen in the market in the future, in the global market. I'm not saying that the Philippines is the only company with companies that are one-night stands. One-night stands for me can take 5 days, 3 days, 10 days. But if there is no strict liquidity, it's very hard to make the trend. It's very hard to see the trend be like a sleep all day and make money kind of name, no? It's very hard kasi for these names, you have to watch them like a hawk, and then if it turns out wrong, you end up with a loss. So you could see that the liquidity is very bad for AR. Take note, sometimes the volume is big, 73 billion, sometimes it's 3 billion, sometimes it's 80 million, 288 million, sometimes it's 54 million. In the sense that you don't have volume. Okay? So when you try to trade companies like this, chances are 99% of the time you end up holding with the bag. So it doesn't matter if it goes 50% up or 100% up tomorrow. It doesn't matter kasi the risk-reward ratio is not conducive for you. Now, the highest of URC is 241, agree. I'm not saying that URC will go to 240, but I do think that URC is one of the few companies that it has the potential. Let's give it about 3 years' time. I don't know, is it 1 year to 2 years? But okay, there is a question. Why does the Consuni accumulate Semirara and DMCI? Well, you know, for an owner, they like to buy their company when it's down. But something that you have to understand is that coal power is not a great secular trend. Coal energy is a company. Okay, I'm not trying to put down the company, no. Semirara's business is coal, right? So the drop 8% today is reflecting something about their earnings. It's new lows, diba? Oh, you see it naman eh. In March 20, it was at 8. Now, after 6-7 months, it's still at 9. So it didn't recover. Why did it not recover? Because the market is not stupid. Just because there's insider buying doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that the market will buy just because the owner is buying. The question is, are they out of the woods? Is Semirara gonna earn more in the next 10 years versus what it earned in the last 10 years? Think about the decades. Are people gonna use coal energy or are we gonna go solar? Maybe you have to ask that. Renewable energy or coal? Thank you for that comment. This channel is gold. Yeah, we do try to give a lot of insights and profitable ideas, and we hope that our hit ratios are higher than our losses. We don't say that we are not wrong. I'm not saying that I'm not right I'm not saying I'm right all the time. I could be wrong. Once they're out of the index, will it be similar to PCOR and AGI, which has dropped? Sometimes it's wrong, no? There are passive funds kasi who's buying a company only because it's in the index. So now that Semirara is kicked out, it could also be a potential headwind. Semirara and DMC might have potential headwinds. So of course, these have already been thrown away from MSCI, diba? And if they can get kicked out in PSEI, even worse for the Consunhis. People would say, but DMC has many other revenue streams. That's true. The nice thing about DMCI is that it is not highly reliant on one revenue stream. Hindi siya magkakaproblema kung talagang bumagsak yung coal. But ever since last year, the power energy in coal has dropped significantly, 50%, 60% down for quite a few years already. So there is a huge decline, and the trend has never stopped, no? So I think like that's the reason why I'm not problematic about there is a reason why the shares are cheap. Take note that TMC traded as high as how much before? 10, 20? Let's take a look. I'll show you a few things. But I will tell you that just because a stock is down 90% from its highs doesn't mean that it will not go down to 3 pesos or to 2 pesos. Diba? Take note at the last 10 years, what's happened in DMCI. Okay, DMCI fell from 17 pesos to 350. Sure, you might say this company is still churning out earnings, and so this could be a value play. That's true. Maybe you can even see it go down at 1 peso, and it might be a value play. So I'm not saying that I know the future. I don't know the bottom. Maybe the value investors know. But it doesn't matter to me if DMCI goes to 6 pesos. The trend is very clear. 17, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1, 0. I'm not saying it goes to 0, guys, but the trend is your friend. Long term, I want to be proven that I'm wrong, that DMC and Semirara can really reverse. I hope that I'm wrong because I don't want to predict the demise of an industry. I don't want to. I hope actually that the MCI rises to $5, that they are able to convince. Actually, kasi DMCI is trying to do a lot of renewable naman eh. Let me show to you kasi DMCI knows that coal is a decline eh. Renewable. The company is trying its best to also be in the right trends. Oh, see? I'm gonna show to you. DMCI isn't stupid. They know that the future is renewable energy. And this is the potential reversal. Since the last 5 years already, the company knows, okay? The company has identified Masbate, Palawan, Oriental Mindoro, diba? They currently have diesel and bunker power plants there. Or they have identified locations to grow their biomass. They wanted to grow their renewable energy, their hydropower. So, as a company, hindi naman yan tanga eh. The reason why they're tycoons is because they know what's the future too. So, it's kind of like they know naman how to cut loss. They know that if this is a sector that is in decline and this is a sector that is growing, in order to preserve my company, I need to be invested in the future. Therefore, ACPH, yes, that is a question you're asking me. We have been promoting ACPH as a great renewable energy play. If you look at the show, we've been discussing, even before ACPH was rising, we said, among the Philippine companies, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, we think that ACPH is going to grow because this company is geared for the future. Why? Because ACPH is doing solar. Solar is the cheapest electricity in the world. Solar energy with India is one of the best producers, not just for India. I'm pretty sure that they would crack the technology and then solar farms is the future. You never know. ACPH would be the largest renewable energy producer in Southeast Asia. So we should be proud as Filipinos to own something like this. Aren't you proud that URC is the F&B conglomerate in not just Philippines, but in the entire ASEAN region? Those are things that you have to be happy about, that we have winners like these. That Nissin wants to partner with URC, that Filipinos have, we have skills to actually grow our brands, that Jack and Jill is not just for Filipinos. Jack and Jill is being eaten as well by some people in Thailand, Indonesia. Aren't you happy? Okay, there's a question. Why is AGI lower than Emperador? Emperador is the pure play. It means that AGI currently is being priced way below book value. So that is telling you, that's why we said AGI is a buy. That is a good play to buy. You can buy AGI because you know that the book value is very much undervalued, and you know that the sum of the parts is way, way above that current level today. At 5.8, AGI can probably go to 650 to 7. The upside is bigger than the downside. If we are wrong, it goes to 550. Okay lang naman eh. Hindi naman tayo lagi perfect. Pero I think that the upside is bigger than the downside. AGI owns, of course, Mega World. AGI owns a lot. FGen versus HPH. I'd say that HPH is more parang mas ambisyoso si HPH. Ambisyoso yan. So I'd like the ambitious person. HPH has high aspirations. Nasa solar power and wind farm. I think their goal is to be Southeast Asia's largest renewable energy provider. So I think like they want to be to grow and acquire more companies. In fact, HPH wants to grow nga in Australia eh, na debid lang ata sila eh. They wanted to grow the renewable energy portfolio in Australia as well. HPH is well capitalized. So I think between the two, I'd bet on HPH. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. FGen is doing well in the Philippines. FGen is a local renewable energy giant. HPH is doing a little bit ASEAN. Like not just Philippines, but mas maganda kasi Southeast Asian eh. A foreigner wants bigger play, bigger revenues. So, 'di ba? Magaling yung ginagawa ni HPH. We are happy with what they're doing. To be honest, I'd say that the government is not doing well in stocks in the Philippines. The government should invest abroad. There are some countries who are investing in the global giants, like Canada, Norway. I mean, I think the Philippines should promote the Philippines, but also promote diversification globally because we are a global world. If URC is investing abroad, Ayala Corp is investing abroad, why shouldn't the government also invest abroad? Or maybe if they are investing, baka hindi ko lang masyado nabasa, no? If they are, I think it's good. They should be investing in the greatest companies worldwide. Yun lang. I'm off the time limit, guys. So thank you very much. Keep your questions coming tomorrow and every day. This is please subscribe to the channel and click the notification button. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.